Manchester United have just beaten PAOK in the Europa League 2-0 at home. Our first win in Europe in over a year. Happy days, finally a win. But before I give you my match reaction, please do me a small favour, smash a like on today's video. Let's try and see 500 likes on this episode. And if this is your first time watching, please also make sure to subscribe to the channel. First of all, let's get your opinions. How are you feeling after tonight's game? Obviously 2-0, we won. That's the takeaway headline. Manchester United have won their first game in Europe in over 365 days. We've got one win in 11 games in Europe. How was today's game? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Were you happy? Who was your standout performers? Let me know your thoughts. From my perspective, I'm not going to spend too long talking about tonight's game because there is only really one person to talk about, and that's AMAD Diallo. Absolutely unbelievable. And that's not just because he scored 2 goals. Throughout the whole 90 minutes of that game, or until at least he came off, he was unbelievable. Everything he did. He's just a breath of fresh air for this Manchester United team, I think. He really, really is. And it's not like he does... I'm not trying to gas him up. Like, I honestly do just think he's a special, special player. Why Erik ten Hag wasn't starting him, I don't know. Did they fall out? Was there some sort of off-field issue? Probably. That seemed to be the most likely situation with ten Hag where, him and the player falls out. That's what happened with Sancho. We know... obviously, that happened with Ronaldo, De Gea, a couple of other players as well. But tonight, AMAD Diallo was absolutely unbelievable. That second goal he scored was beautiful. The header was absolutely amazing. To show that much strength for someone so small to score that second goal was absolutely astounding. So fair play to him. Other than that, it's just the same as it was before for me personally. Like, Ruben Amorim has got his work cut out. 2-0 sounds great. We've won. I'm happy. But did we blow away PAOK? No, we didn't. We can't sit here and lie. We didn't blow them away. Yes, we scored 2 goals, but other than that, did we really create any chances? I don't think so. We had a penalty shout in the first half. Again, AMAD Diallo. Probably was a penalty. But other than that, I don't really remember us having any other shots on target anyway, or any clear-cut opportunities. And in all fairness, they had a couple of chances where they probably should have scored. There was one where the player was one-on-one and he kind of just kicked it at Onana. But I think we've still got to be very, very patient when Ruben Amorim comes in, because we can still clearly see that this team is a long way away from being where we think we should be. And there are some standout performers. Obviously, as I said, AMAD Diallo was very, very good today. I thought Mazraoui was strong. I thought the defence as a whole was fine. Like, they didn't really make any mistakes. Garnacho, I thought, was quite quiet tonight. Bruno, a couple of nice assists for Bruno today. Hojlund, I think he struggled tonight. He barely was involved in the game, I thought. Eriksen and Ugarte, I thought were okay. I mean, they weren't anything special, but I thought they both had a decent game. But overall, it was kind of just felt more of the same, I don't think we played much better than how we've been playing for the last couple of months. And in all fairness, the luck went our way today. The AMAD Diallo header, that could have ended up anywhere. And the second goal was just a moment of magic, again, where he uses his strength and has a beautiful shot from outside the box. But other than that, we didn't really create that much, did we, in all fairness? So, obviously, I'm happy. We've won. That puts us in a much better position in the Europa League table, which is all we needed from tonight's game. We needed the 3 points. A couple of other teams towards the top of the table lost as well. Tottenham lost tonight. So we're still 15th, which is obviously nowhere near good enough. But we are now on 6 points, and we are only 3 points off the guaranteed top 8 finish, which means that we'd qualify automatically to the round of 16. So that has to be the target now. And I think we do have still some winnable fixtures, coming up over the next couple of weeks in the Europa League. So I'm happy. I think, as I said, it wasn't, in my opinion, anything much different to what we've been seeing over the last couple of months under Erik ten Hag. I'm happy for Ruud van Nistelrooy, though. I'm happy he got his win. Will he stay on? I'm not sure. Personally, I think he probably won't. I think they probably will let him go. But in relation to the Europa League, let's have a little look at the fixtures we've got left. So we've got Bodo Glimt as our next fixture, which is on the 28th of November. They are currently sat 12th at the moment on 7 points. So they're around the same kind of area as us. And then after that, we have got Victoria Pleasant, who are 16th, again on 6 points. And then we have Rangers, who are on 7 points. And then we've got FCSB. I'm not sure who they are. They're on 9 points. So, yeah, I mean, the fixtures that we've got coming up, based on the table, will be harder than what we've had so far, because Roma and Fenerbahce, who we've already played, are actually quite a lot lower down the table. And FC Twente are like right at the bottom of the table. So, yeah, I mean, you'd still expect Manchester United to beat all of those 3 teams that I just mentioned. You know, if we were to lose to Bodo Glimt or lose to Victoria Pleasant or lose to Rangers, it would be an absolute shambles, let's be honest. So if we get wins in the next... Is there 3 more games? Sorry, 4 more games. If we get wins in those next 4 games, we would be on 18 points, which I imagine would be enough to get us through to the round of 16, which has to be the goal. For me personally, at the beginning of the season, my target was always to win the Europa League. I think, you know, to win a European trophy, yes, it's not the Champions League, but to win the Europa League would be a somewhat success for this season. Obviously, it means you would qualify for the Champions League. So that still is my goal. I'm expecting Ruben Amorim to come in. Hopefully he can, you know, at least have a really, really good run in the Europa League, and hopefully we can try and win it. That's kind of my expectation. You know, when you look at the other teams that are left in the competition, if you look at all the teams that are in the competition, you look at the teams who are at the top, right? You've got Ajax, you've got Anderlecht, you've got Frankfurt, you've got Lazio, Tottenham. I mean, all of those teams, you'd expect us to be able to give them a game on our day. Obviously, it depends on what Manchester United turn up. But people in the chat are saying, what do you think about Rasmus Hojlund? I think Hojlund's struggling, to be honest. I really do. But he is still young. He's only 21, I think. I think Hojlund's 21, isn't he? Yeah, he's still very, very young. I don't know. I don't know about Hojlund. I hope that he comes good. I think spending 70 million euros on him was extremely risky, in all fairness, and I think we can all agree on that, having only scored 8 goals in the Serie A in his whole career. But that was how the old management team of Manchester United worked. You know, the Ed Woodwards, the John Murters, they would go and spend 70, 80 million pounds on somebody who's just a prospect. They did it with Anthony. They did it with Hojlund. They've done it with other players as well. So I'm not hardly surprised. And I think in reality, if we'd have paid 30, 35 million for Hojlund, I think we'd all be pretty happy with him at this point. But the fact that we paid 70 million for him, I think kind of poisons people's thinking towards Rasmus Hojlund, if that makes sense. You know, I think we think negatively about Hojlund because we think, well, we spent 70 million on him, but he is struggling. He does need to improve massively. I still personally think we need another striker. I don't think that Rasmus Hojlund's going to take us from where we are now to winning titles, personally. Whether that's Guy Carez, I don't know. I think if we have Rasmus Hojlund as a backup option, I think that's decent. But yeah, I'm not convinced that Rasmus Hojlund is kind of the immediate answer, you know? And I mean, he would probably even think that himself, you know? We're 14th in the Premier League table. Like, he's clearly at this point not a world-class striker. And that's not me criticising him. He's played, 1 year in the English football? So, yeah. Overall, I wasn't that impressed with the game, I'm going to be honest. I thought the first half was extremely poor. And someone's just pointed out to me in the chat that apparently PAOK are 33rd in the Europa League group table. They've only got 1 point from 4 games. So when you think that in the first half, you wouldn't have told the difference between the two teams, that is a little bit disappointing, of course, but are we really surprised? And I think what we need to all remember is it's going to take time for Ruben Amorim. And just remember this game tonight, okay? We've had 3 games without Erik ten Hag. The game against Leicester, I think we were very lucky to come away winning 5-2. 2 or 3 of those goals would never happen on a normal day. You know, the Casemiro shot from outside the box. I think Garnacho was offside for one of the goals, and there was another goal that was a deflection, right? And then you look at the Chelsea game, like we were poor in that game. And I think overall, we were quite poor tonight. Obviously, we've won. I'm happy, 2-0. But you know, you can't sit here and say that we are comfortably better than what we were under Ten Hag. I know we're winning games, which is obviously an improvement. So on a surface level, we're better because we're actually now winning. But yeah, I don't think the performances have gone from like here to here. I think they're kind of around the same. I just think we've had a bit more luck on our side. Whether that's the new manager bounce, whether that's the players have got a bit more confidence, or whether that is just pot luck and things are going our way, I don't know. But you can obviously let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Yeah. AMAD Diallo, very, very happy with him. The rest of it is kind of just like a meh for me. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. I am going to wrap the video up here. A win is a win. I'm happy. We have beaten our horrible record of not winning a game in a year. Welcome to Joshua, who's just joined the Daily Red Devil Members Club as well. By the way, thank you for your support, mate. I am going to wrap the video up here, but I will be back live tomorrow morning as usual. So make sure you join me for that. Don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. This has been Daily Red Devil. Have a great night, everybody. Manchester United have finally won a game in Europe. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.